5 heroes and villains we need in the original trilogy for Battlefront 2. Alright, so this is the second video of this top 5 heroes and villains, and this one is going to be focused on the original trilogy, heroes and villains. My last one was focused on the prequel trilogy heroes, so go check that out after you watch this video. Also, just some quick guidelines for this video. Everyone on this list was not in Battlefront 1, so this is going to be new characters to the franchise. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 5, Saw Gerrera. Okay, so Saw isn't really a good choice, hence why he's number 5, but all the other main rebellion leaders have been chosen that can fight, so I was kind of picking from the scraps on this one. So I don't really see how you could play as Saw Gerrera, the one we see in Rogue One, so we're going to have to go with the one we see in Star Wars Rebels that can actually fight and walk, unlike the one in Rogue One where he's having an asthma attack every single 30 seconds. So Saw would be wielding his pistol, of course, and his abilities I think would be more of a support type role. He could have an ability where he could give extra health to those around him, just like Krennic's ability in Battlefront 1. Another one could be kind of a faster fire rate. I can just see him having a fast trigger finger, I don't know. And finally, there's a stun grenade that we see him use against Droidekas in the Clone Wars. Saw Gerrera was kind of the worst one on this list, so that's why his abilities and information is so limited. So let's just get on to the more important characters of this list. Number 4, IG-88. IG-88 is the only bounty hunter we did not get in Battlefront that I desperately wanted. He's a unique character because, well, he's a droid, and we haven't had a droid hero before. If I'm not counting R2-D2 because you can't really pick him, he's just there, but anywho. He's also just as powerful as other bounty hunters like Bossk, Greedo, Dengar, so seeing this assassin droid in the game would be quite frightening because of his height and power. IG-88 isn't fast, but he's very, very powerful. Okay, I know this would be very OP, but IG is a droid, and droids can do this. So the first, I think he should have kind of like a ping, where 5 enemies are randomly highlighted on the screen that are visible to him. Another one could be like Nyan Nub's rapid fire pulse cannon, because that's one of IG-88's signature weapons. And finally, a rotation of grenades, basically like Greedo's grenade ability, but it starts with an impact grenade, then a thermal detonator, and finally a thermal imploder. Number 3, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now I know what most of you are thinking. He's an officer, how can he fight? Well, that's how. He studies the art of war, which is why I love this character so much. Thrawn is one of my favorite characters, so I may be a little biased on this one. He can not only just do martial arts, but is an excellent with weaponry. Thrawn could be a mastermind on the battlefield, and a strategic villain, something we don't really have in Battlefront at the moment. He's featured in the mobile game Force Arena, which is basically an RTS, but Star Wars, and he's on the ground fighting, so he could be in Battlefront 2 as well. We also see him commanding forces during the Season 3 finale of Star Wars Rebels 0 Hour, so yeah. Since he's a strategic villain, he should have supportish abilities. One I think would definitely be an orbital strike since, well, he commands a Star Destroyer. This one could be kind of like a call for Death Troopers. So instead of doing it all with the supporting characters like Krennic with the Death Troopers, Royal Guards for the Emperor, you can make an ability where you can call upon it once in a couple minutes. So I could press one of the ability buttons, and then the Death Trooper ability could pop up for those that are dead, and you can choose that. So kind of like a refreshed version of what we already have, just in a different way. And I couldn't really think of another one, but Chiss have infrared eyesight, so maybe that could be one, just like how Bossk has infrared eyesight. Number 2, Cassian Andor. Cassian would be a sniper hero, something we've only really seen with Nyan Nub. Cassian would be hard to get right since you could really just sit back in the back of the map and snipe off your enemies and not die at all. So some sort of balance would have to be in place. I would also like to see him have a partner as K2SO. We've never really seen a droid as a partner before, so seeing this would be a lot of fun. And who doesn't want to play as K2? I bet some people would even like playing as K2 more than Cassian. So anywho, The abilities, his sniper, can be a configuration, since in Rogue One, he has a pistol, and then, well, he can configure it into a sniper rifle, like we see on Eadu, when he's assigned to kill Galen Erso. Another one could be one of those binoculars that no one uses in Battlefront 1, but you have to put something in it that actually makes them useful. So how about something that like a heat signature, or targeting enemies, so I could tag an enemy, have him as like a red dot on my screen, visible, and I can just pull out my sniper configuration and kill him. And finally, just a rapid fire sniper shot. Couldn't really think of anything else, so just there's that. Finally, number 1, the Grand Inquisitor. Well, probably not a lot of you will agree on this one, but I want to see this guy so badly. I think that one of the biggest mistakes of Star Wars Rebels in general was killing him off so early. He's just so cool, he sounds cool, he looks cool, and he's a great villain. Hopefully, we'll see this guy more in the future, like more of his origin story. I wanted to have a dark side user on the list, and Vader and Palpatine were already in Battlefront 1, so I couldn't really use them. And besides, the 7th sister, the 8th brother, and the 5th brother all just suck compared to the Grand Inquisitor. So I decided to go with this guy, because of how amazing he is. This guy's job was basically to hunt Jedi. Vader did it as well, yes, but he had other things to do. He had other things to worry about. Literally, this guy's job 24/7 was to worry about and kill Jedi. Anyway, his abilities would be the spinning lightsaber thing. I have no idea what it's called. I'll just throw up a video of what I'm talking about right now. Another one could be a lightsaber throw, since we see him do that a lot in the show. And finally, just a standard force push. So yeah, that was my top 5 heroes and villains I want to see in Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the original trilogy. These are all like side characters, minor characters, so the only reason I had to choose these characters was because all the main characters that people would want to play as have already been used in Battlefront 1. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you're new, why don't you subscribe for all things Star Wars? I do everything Star Wars, literally, from lore, trailer breakdowns, theories, Battlefront 2 videos, obviously. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, blast a like, and all that good stuff. And if you are new, subscribe for all things Star Wars. The First Order, signing out.